นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ I pay respect to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Today I didn't like post the clip and hello Gregory, that's good to see you, because today I didn't have a chance to post beforehand, so it just come up here with the Dhamma talk, Dhamma live. Today's topic is the best kinds of confidence is from Anguttara Nikaya AN 4.34. It's called Angkappamata Sutra. No, Akkappasatha Sutra. Akkappasatha Sutra. And it's in Pali. I'm gonna hang on. Okay. So we're gonna learn the best kinds of confidence. Okay. Okay, the best kind of confidence. This is from the Chakavakka, is the number of 4, and the number discussed 4.34. The Buddha said, mendicants, these 4 kinds of confidence are the best. What for? So we're talking about the confidence, right? Of course, I think you all know about the confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. But here there's one more that is interesting, to discuss. The Buddha said there are 4 kinds of confidence. The realized one, the perfected one, the fully awakened Buddha is said to be the best of all sentient beings. Be they footlets, with 2 feet, 4 feet, or many feet, with form or formless, with perception or without perception, or with neither perception nor non-perception. Those who have confidence in the Buddha have confidence in the best. Having confidence in the best, the result is the best. Of course, the first one is to have confidence, right? In the Buddha, the perfected one, the fully awakened, the realized one. At first, we have to, have, this is like to have faith, to have confidence, right? Like for me, like some people, like sometimes people ask me like, how can you have confidence in the Buddha when you don't even, have a chance to see him, to see the Buddha himself? But my answer is, the Buddha once said, right? The one who sees sufferings, see the Dhamma, the teaching, the truth. The one who sees the teachings, see the Buddha himself. The one who sees the suffering, see the Dhamma. Like for all of us, we see the suffering, right? Each morning we get up, we have to go to the toilet, right? We have to clean, we have to take a bath, we take a shower, we have to eat something to end the suffering, because we're hungry, we're starving, we want to go to the toilet. That is suffering. And we have to go to work, we have to encounter with many people, and we, encounter with the sadness, with the disappointment or happiness, or, all kinds of things. But that, we know that, yeah, even though we encounter with happiness, but of course we encounter with suffering as well, because both happy feeling or sad feeling gonna change, right? So is considered as suffering. The one who see the suffering, see the Dhamma. The Dhamma is the teachings, but not the teachings from the Buddha only, but it's actually the nature. Dhamma is the nature. It's normal things, nature things that around us. When we go to the park, we go to the forest, when we notice the trees, we just observe the tree. And then we learn that every tree in this earth, in this planet, the tree leaves gonna fall, right? It's gonna change the color. It's not gonna stay the same. So everything is around us is actually the Dhamma, because it's natural phenomena, right? It's gonna change. Yeah, so the one who sees the suffering see the Dhamma, and the one who see the Dhamma see the Buddha himself, because we learn the truth, like the ultimate truth from the Buddha. So once we understand and we, like embrace the teachings of the Buddha and we see in real life, then we are confident in the Buddha himself. So this is the first confidence that the Buddha said. If you have the confidence in the best, having confidence in the best, the result is the best. Hello Kita Brown, hello Manal, hello Sooth, hello Pumika. Next, the Noble Eightfold Path is said to be the best of all conditioned things. Those who have confidence in the Noble Eightfold Path have confidence in the best. Having confidence in the best, the result is the best. When we, the Dhamma or the teaching, right, is something that we should embrace. We should, look for ourselves, should investigate. And the essence of the teachings is the Four Noble Truths, right? And the Four Noble Truths are in the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path is not something for the monastic people. It's not for something for a Buddhist only, but for everyone, monastic, lay people, or even, some people who are not in Buddhism, because it's something that, is from the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, right? The precepts, the conduct. If you behave well, if you take care of yourself, do not harm yourself, do not harm others, you're going to live happily, right? Safe and sound, something like that. So it's about precepts, about the conduct, about a good behavior. Samadhi, or to be mindful. When you cultivate mindfulness, you try to be mindful in everyday life, then you're gonna have a good life, right? So from precepts, from meditation or mindfulness, right? And then the wisdom, the panya. The Noble Eightfold Path can be concluded into 3: precept, conduct, and concentration, mindfulness, and wisdom. So if we have these 3, and if we embrace these 3 in our everyday life, the Buddha said this, that you have the best confidence in the Dhamma. And if you confidence in the Dhamma, if you live with the Dhamma, and then the result is the best, right? Just like when you wake up in the morning, here in Thailand, I don't know that you all do it or not, but in Thailand, when we wake up, the first thing our teachers taught us to, pay respect. Okay, to pay respect, to bow on your pillow, to pay respect to the Buddha. I have the best confidence in the Buddha. I have the faith in the Buddha, right? The Buddha is going to protect me because I'm with the Buddha. I'm with the Putto, Buddha or Putto, within Buddha, without To. So right from the beginning, right when you get up, I have confidence in the Buddha. I have faith in the Buddha. I'm stay with the Buddha. Breathe in and breathe out. Every breath, I'm with the Buddha. And the second bow, I have confidence in the Dhamma. And what for the Dhamma? Here in this sutra, the Buddha said, if you have the confidence in the Noble Eightfold Path, not only confidence in the words that are written in the sutra, but you embrace the teachings into your daily life. Okay. The Noble Eightfold Path, right? First, right view. Today, I get up with the right view. Whatever I do, it has the consequence, right? It's about the karma, the actions. Things gonna be according to your own action. So if you choose to do good deeds, both like body, speech, and mind, gonna have good confidence. If you live happily, right? If your mind is happy, if your mind is free from hatred, greed, or delusion, now you're happy. You don't have to expect for the outcome in the next life. You don't have to wish to be happy in the next life, but you can be happy right now and right here. So yeah, I have the right view, right speech, right? Or right thought, right speech, right action. Okay. From the right view through thought, speech, and action. Whatever I think, I speak, and I do, I'm gonna do it, with the right view. And then the right livelihood. When I go out to work, I'm gonna do the best. I'm gonna, be mindful. I'm gonna help other people. I'm gonna have like the Brahma Vihara, the loving kindness, the compassion, the what's it called? Appreciative joy. And then I have the equanimity when I cannot help others, for the peace of mind. Okay. And then I have the right effort to avoid unwholesome qualities and to embrace wholesome qualities, and then learn to get rid of the both wholesome and unwholesome qualities, because we know that we cannot cling on to anything. After that, not after that, but at the same time, you cultivate the right mindfulness. Be mindful. Be mindful when eating, when walking, when talking, when working, when being with your family or with your colleagues or with your partner, right? Be mindful throughout the day. And then when you have free time, you cultivate and then you practice the right concentration, the samadhi. Do the sitting meditation, do the walking meditation. So this is to embrace the Noble Eightfold Path into your daily life. And this is to have the best confidence. When you have the best confidence, the result is the best. Okay. And then the third one, this is the thing that I mentioned that interesting. Normally when we talk about the confidence, we're going to talk about the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, right? But this is something that add on very interesting. The third one, fading away, viraka in Pali. Fading away is said to be the best of all things, whether conditioned or unconditioned. That is, condition is like the five aggregates, right? The body and mind. Unconditioned is like even nirvana, unconditioned. That is the quelling of vanity, the removing of thirst, the abolishing of clinging, the breaking of the round, the ending of craving, fading away, cessation, extinguishment. Those who have confidence in the teaching of fading away have confidence in the best. Having confidence in the best, the result is the best. So the third one is to have confidence in fading away. This is interesting. We know that the essence of the Buddha's teaching, of course, the core that we have to, to walk in this path is called the Noble Eightfold Path, right? But like a final point, like a ultimate, like a highest point that we reach, that not we reach, that should be reached is nirvana. But another name is vimutti or liberation. Nirvana is like nibbana. Nirvana is like no more clinging, no more desire, right? You can extinguish the desire, the greed, because you can extinguish the illusion. But another name is vimutti or liberation. So most of the time when we're talking about the nibbana or nirvana, we have another term like a true liberation. Vimutti is the like a essence, like a highest point. Like we have to climb up from the sila, the precept, from like the right view, right thought, right mind, right space, and to the right concentration. Number 8. Number 9, right wisdom. And to reach number 10, the right liberation, vimutti. And to be able to climb up, to reach the right vimutti or the right liberation, another way is to fading away, virakha. The synonym of the nibbana is vimutti, vimokha, virakha as well. Virakha is fading away of what, right? Fading away of self, atta, the self. There's one saying that I really like, like the recent one that I came across is from the Abhidhamma textbook. I did not remember the name of the name, but there's one saying that nirvana is real. Nibbana is there. Nirvana exists, but there is no one who reached nirvana. Nirvana exists, is there, it's like the highest point, but there is no one who reached nirvana. What does it mean there's no one? There is no self to reach nirvana. You cannot reach nirvana with the self or with the atta. If the atta or the self still exists, there's no way you can reach nirvana. And then, there's 2 lines. The second line, the path is there. The Noble Eightfold Path is there. But the one who walks, there is none. This is like the ultimate goal. This is like virakha, the fading away of the atta. Of course, now, you and me, we still have atta because we know arahant. We're not arahant, right? We still see ourselves as self. Like, I think, this is like my feeling. This is okay. Sometimes I have the self, like my feeling. You hurt my feeling. But sometimes there is like a vicha, you have sometimes we have the glimpse of enlightenment, right? Like, now I get it. There's no self. So you see the sensation, you see the feeling as feeling, not feeling as your feeling, something like that. So now we just like turn on and turn off the light of wisdom. Sometimes the light of wisdom is turned on, sometimes just turn off. So it's just like a light and dark, something like that. So now we still have the self, delusion, right? But when we reach nirvana, reach the ultimate goal, there's no self. It's just phenomena. It's just, factors. It's just, phenomena. No self to control. That is the ultimate goal. But now that we are still normal people, now we still like someone who still walk. You still walk the path. But when you reach the final goal, you have to get rid of the self. Like now, I'm walking the path. I'm walking the Noble Eightfold Path. I know that I have to cultivate wholesome qualities and get rid of unwholesome qualities. But eventually, when you reach the final moment, you have to get rid of all, fading away of all. Just like the Buddha said, there's the king of the Deva, the Sakat Deva Rasha, the king of the Deva. He asked the Buddha, said, like, you have a lot of teachings. I cannot remember all. I do not understand all. Can you give me just like one simple line, one simple teaching, so I can remember, so I can, like try to understand? And the Buddha said, okay, just one line, right? Sapphe dhamma nalang apinivesaya. This is in Pali language. Sapphe dhamma nalang apinivesaya. Of all phenomena, of all things, cannot be cling on to. All of the things cannot be cling on to. Just like, for example, just like when you want to cross, the river, right? Now you're in this shore, you need to, like maybe swim or you cross to another shore. This shore is like the, worldly thing. You have to, in the cycle of rebirth, sickness, old age, and death. And the opposite, that shore, that far shore is nirvana, end of suffering. How can I get there? You cannot just like, stand and like, no self, no self, no self, and then, just vanish and then, appear in that shore. It's not that way. It won't work that way. The Buddha said, you have to build the raft. If there is no, today I cannot, like remember of the vocabulary. If there is no bridge, how can you cross the river? You need to build your own raft first, because like so far away, you cannot swim there. You have equipment, you have like the raft. Then you build the raft. The raft is like the Noble Eightfold Path. You make the path. You make the path, you like collect the bamboo and then, like tie each one. And then when you have the raft, you have to use your effort. Use the effort, like practice. The more you practice, the more you learn from the teachings of the Buddha, from listening, from practice, and from observe. And then, get the wisdom and then, right effort, and then swim until you reach to the far shore. But once you arrive at that shore, the far shore, what should you do with the raft? Should you carry it on and then, carry the raft onto the land? Or you just like, okay, leave the raft there because I don't have to use that anymore because I arrived already. So it's the same thing. Now that we still have the self, we use the self to do the good deeds and avoid, get rid of the bad deeds, something like that. But once you reach to the, until you land on that shore, you need to get rid of the self. So this is like the fading away, it is like the explanation of the word, like the nirvana, nibbana exists, but the one who reached there not exist. No self to reach there. Because once you reach that, it's just like, oh, actually, there is no self. Oh, actually, it's just natural phenomena. Things arise and cease. There's no me in that phenomena. Something like that. So this is very, very interesting, fading away is said to be the best of all things, whether conditioned or unconditioned. Now that we learn about this, so maybe it's better. Now I'm trying to practice that as well. Like when we try to do good deeds, when we keep the precept, when we listen to the Dhamma, when we teach the Dhamma, when we, like do the donation, help people, cultivate loving kindness, compassion, all good and wholesome qualities. When you do that, that's good. Because when you cultivate wholesome qualities, at the same time, what's it called? You just like avoid unwholesome qualities, right? When you practice loving kindness, it's just like you get rid of the anger, hatred. So it's good to do that. But at the same time, when you cultivate that, you have to remind yourself that, okay, even the good quality, it's not mine. It's not me who do good deeds. It's just the good deeds. It's just the action. Even though we don't like 100%, understand that, we're not just like, oh, so enlightened, not like that. But just keep reminding yourself like, okay, this is just the action. Okay, today, I actually did a lot of good deeds, but that's in the past. Try not to cling on to something that happened in the past. Let bygone be bygone, even it's like good thing or bad thing. And then stay with the present moment. Stay with the present moment. We, even though we did a lot of good deeds in the past, but maybe now or in the future I can do bad deeds. Even the monastic, we can do bad deeds. It's just like, oh, I'm not mindful enough, I do bad deeds. We still like a trainee, someone who need to train, right? To practice. But try to be mindful, something like that. So when you learn that even you can do, good or bad, but try to stay with the good side, other people can do that as well. So when we learn about this, we tend to forgive ourselves and forgive others because we're still a trainee. We're not the master, we're not the teacher, we're not the enlightened one, we're not the perfected one. We're still the student, the learner, the trainee. And then number 4, the Sangha of the realized one's disciples is said to be the best of all communities and groups. It consists of the 4 pairs, the 8 individuals. The 4 pairs and the 8 individuals like the stream enterer, Sotapanna, the once returner, Skithakami, non-returner, Anakami, and the perfected one, Arahantship. 4 pairs, 8 individuals. Why they have 8 individuals? Because 4 pair, right? Stream enterer, once returner, non-returner, and then the perfected one. And they can be divided in each group can be divided to 2 groups, like the one who still walk on the path and the one like a fruit, already achieved that. So the one who still walk on the path to become the stream enterer and the one who accomplished, being the stream enterer. So 4 groups and 8 individuals. This is the Sangha of the Buddha's disciple that is worthy of offering, dedicated to the gods, worthy of hospitality, worthy of a religious donation, worthy of greeting with joy palms, and is the supreme field of merit for the world. The word field of merit is like, imagine you go to the rice field. If that rice field is perfect, like full of nutrition, good quality of soil, enough water, and like proper, perfect place for the rice to grow. And when you plant, I don't know, when sow, I don't know I don't know the vocabulary because I didn't, have a time to, prepare for this talk. But when you try to plant, we have to sow the seed. I don't know. Yeah, the rice can grow beautifully, something like that. So this is like the noble disciple is considered the perfect, like a good field of what's it called? The what's it called? Field of merit. When you do the merit with the noble disciple, you're gonna have like the great benefit or great outcome, something like that. In contrast to the one who is not the noble disciples. It's like in terms of the quality, the good quality in their heart. For example, if you do good deeds with the one who has like if you do marry with the one who try to train themselves, who have the true faith, to have the true belief, to have like try to like cultivate wholesome qualities, meditate, help others, gonna benefit people more than the one who just like lazy and do not have like precept or something like that. Oh, okay. And then after this, I'm gonna answer to your question. Okay. Those who have confidence in the Sangha have confidence in the best. And having confidence in the best, the result is the best. So, in conclusion, the four kinds of confidence, the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Noble Eightfold Path, and another Dhamma is the fading away, it's fading away of the self, of all things, whether conditioned or unconditioned. The last one is to have the confidence in the Sangha of the realized one or the noble disciples. The Buddha said these are the four best kinds of confidence. For those who, knowing the best teaching, base their confidence on the best, confident in the best awakened one, supremely worthy of a religious donation, confident in the best teaching, the bliss of fading and stealing, confident in the best Sangha, the supreme field of merit, giving gift to the best of merit grows, the best lifespan, beauty, fame, reputation, happiness, and strength. An intelligent person gives to the best, settle on the best teaching. When they become a god or human, they rejoice at reaching the best. This is beautifully written. Okay, that's it from the sutra. And now is the question and answer. Sud asks, hello Maria, hello Amaranta, hello Pinan. Sud asks the Ayah, what are some of the strategies you use to remember the Dhamma when you are in midst of swirling tornado of emotion and frustration of life? First, to be able to remember the Dhamma is to be mindful. And how to be mindful in midst of swirling tornado of emotion and frustration, right? you have to accumulate enough practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not something, it's just like, just pop up, just like when you practice, just like for a long time ago, and then you wish to be mindful in everyday life, or you wish to be mindful when you face difficulties. It won't work that way. But mindfulness is gonna come up right in time when you want to use it. Only when you practice more and more. When you practice more, it's just like something that you something, for example, when you train just like athlete, right? When you train the muscle like this, okay, when you train the muscle the proper way, and we train a lot, it just come naturally, automatically, without thinking, without wanting, something like that. So if it's just like the same thing, when you train the muscle, but now is you train the mind to be mindful. And when you practice mindfulness over and over, like a more like a often, and then continuously. Continuously is the key. When you practice mindfulness a lot and continuously, then when we face difficulties, then the mind will be able to still and mindful. Just like when someone just like talk bad at you, right in front of your face, right? And it's just like, okay, because I get used to practice mindfulness. So just like, okay, breathing, put breathe out, toe, and then okay, now anger arise. You get used to look inward, not outward, or something like that. And then after that, when you can be mindful right in time, then after that, the Dhamma will arise. The Dhamma or the teachings will arise. So practice mindfulness, and then for the Dhamma, it's called Yoniso Manasikara, right? To like recollect the Dhamma, you need to observe. You need to really embrace the Dhamma into your daily life. Just like when you see things, and when you see things like, oh, the flower is so beautiful, and then you just walk past by, then maybe you don't, embrace the Dhamma in your daily life. But when you see the flower, wow, flower is beautiful, you still can appreciate the beauty of nature. But at the same time, wow, the flower is so beautiful. I'm happy that you're beautiful. But I know, that's not gonna last. So enjoy the moment. And then remind yourself that, okay, maybe tomorrow is not gonna be like this. Maybe this afternoon gonna be like this. And then, this is how you integrate the Dhamma into your daily life. So when you do this more and more, like over and over, and then when you face the difficulties with the emotions, frustration, this kind of thing gonna come up, like, oh, okay, first be mindful. Next, things gonna change. But now look inward. Now anger arise, frustration arise, sadness arise. Look at it. Oh, now the mind is shaking like this because the anger arise. But you see the anger, now it's come up, or now, decrease. You just watch, look inward. And then that the feelings come from contact. right? Phassa Pachaya Vedana. The feelings come from contact. So, okay, now please, maybe I need some time off. Can we please talk later on? Now I'm getting angry. When I'm angry, I might say something that I'm not supposed to. So please give me some time. And then change the context. Once the context changed, then the feeling is gonna change. So yeah, this is like the strategies. The strategies for me that I can think of now is just like to practice until these things come naturally. Just like when you practice, train the muscle. You train the mind to be mindful. You train the mind to think of like the Dhamma all the time. And when you're in the midst of swirling tornado of emotion and frustration, you can like block, and it's just not block, just be mindful, and then do not react just like the same way that you did like normally. Like for me in the past, I love to illustrate, tell people in the past I react quickly, just like when you play the tennis, like when you have boop boop boop, like just when you play the tennis, I react very fast. When people talk bad to me, it's just I'm gonna fight, something like that. But when we practice mindfulness more and more, and then just like the reaction is getting slower, I like look inward more than react outward, something like that. I hope I answered to your question, Sud. Hello, VL Hari Naidu. Namo Buddhaya. Sadhu, sadhu. Any more question? And one more thing, like I love the word swirling tornado of emotions of life. It's normal, right? But sometimes we feel sad, sometimes we feel happy, sometimes it's just like all all kinds of emotions, expectation, frustration, satisfaction or disappointment, all kinds of feelings, right? But trying to maybe practice equanimity. Equanimity is not something that make you stiff like a stone. It's not like that. But make you stand firmly and do not sway with the exterior factors. Is that what it's right? Do not sway easily. Like good things come, that's good, and then let it go. Bad things come, bad feelings come, okay, that's bad, that's really bad, and then just let go. I like one sutra that the Buddha compare the feelings with the wind. The Buddha said there's wind coming from any directions, from the east to the west, from the north to the south, right? But if we act naturally, the wind gonna come and then pass you by. Even though that's the wind that carries the sand, gonna pass you by. The wind that carry the good smell, the flower scent, and come and pass you by. Whatever that brings, gonna come and pass you by. This is natural. It's the nature, right? But if you try to hold on or you try to reject, that's not nature, not nature, not natural thing for you to behave, for you to act with the wind, right? It's just like the feelings. all kinds of feelings. Good feelings come, just let it pass by. You appreciate and then let it pass by. But do not cling on to it. Normally, we tend to cling on to the good feelings and reject the bad feelings, right? But good feeling, oh, that's good. Appreciate and then let it go. Bad feeling, oh, that is bad. Okay, but it's gonna pass you by eventually. Do not try to make yourself as a stone. You can enjoy the nature, be happy, but do not cling on to it. What is upekha? Upekha is actually this upekha can be translated in English as equanimity, right? But upekha in Pali mean like you upa plus ikha. Upa is like close, and then ikha is like see, the eye, to see. So you look closely. In Pali language, look closely. Just like upekha is number 4, right? In the Brahma Vihara. The first one, loving kindness. This is like a base, like a foundation of how you think of other people, other creature, other beings, right? Everyone just the same. Just the same. You think of everyone with loving kindness, just the same. Next, karuna, compassion. When they need help, you help. When they suffer, you help. Give a hand to other people. You help other people. That's karuna or compassion. But tend to use together loving kindness and compassion, right? Number 3, mudita. You have appreciative joy, right? When they're happy, oh, I'm so happy for you. That's good for you. I'm happy for you. And the last one, upekha, is just like when you try to help that person, that action is not good. You should not steal. That's not good. But they don't listen to you. Even though you try so hard to help that people, to help that person, but they do not want your help, then you have to, come and you have to contemplate, you have to reflect for yourself, like, okay, the Buddha said, every beings have their own like a karma or action, they have their own intention. Even though you want to help, but they have their own intention, their own, thought, their own mind. So, okay, I'm gonna let you try that. But have upekha, just to look closely, to you just watch, like, okay, if you want to go that way, even though I try to warn you that way is, you're gonna fall off the cliff, but if you want to try, not fall off the cliff, if you want to try the hard way, okay, I know for the fact that you have your own intention, you have your own action, but when you need help, come back to me and I'm gonna help you. So look closely. It's not that, oh, you don't believe me, right? Just go away. Don't come back to me. It's not like that. Upekha is like, okay, I watch you. I still watch you. I still care about you. But I know that you have your own intention. People have their own intention and their own consequence. If you suffer, then come back to me and I'm gonna help you. Something like that. So it's upekha. In the Brahma Vihara, that's another one. But for equanimity, upekha have like 2 translation. Equanimity is like when you do not sway into satisfaction or dissatisfaction. You just firmly in the middle. Just like when the Buddha said, the good feelings come, just let it, pass you by. Okay, good feeling, that's good, and then pass you by. Do not try to cling on to it. When the bad feeling come, oh, okay, that's bad feeling. Do not try to reject it or just push it away, because it's gonna come and pass you by, arise and cease eventually. So this is the equanimity. Stand in the middle, Yes. I have to, tell you the truth that today, like, I work like from the in the morning, without stopping. A lot of work, because next month I'm gonna have the novice ceremony, the novice ordination ceremony. I have to take care of everything. And then I have the Katina ceremony 3 days after the novice ordination ceremony. So there's a lot of work. So today I work a lot. So I don't have the time to prepare. Sorry that I haven't talked in English for like 15 days. And then there's so many things going on right now. Sorry that maybe sometimes just like I cannot think in English. Now I use only Thai and a little bit of Chinese. Hello, Sud said, thank you, Aya, for your wonderful advice. Thank you so much that you can understand me. And Gregory said, thank you for your teaching. Thank you for coming and listening. And then, learning together. It's good for me to give the teachings as well, because it's a good time for me to learn with you. Because the more we talk, right, and then we can hear, and then we just like the teacher, right, the more they teach, the more they understand. Yeah. And yeah, it's good to have the best confidence. So be confident in the Buddha. You will not be sorry for me. I'm super confident in the Buddha. I used to be confident in that person, this person, but when people change, you feel like maybe disappointment, in the past. But now I learned that okay, people can change. That's okay. But in the past, it's like why people change, right? Why people change? But when you say that, you yourself always change, right? I changed a lot, but we don't see ourselves. We try to blame other people. And why you change? You changed your mind already. You changed your mind like many times. Why you have to change your action, your behavior change? You should not change, but at the same time, you change a lot. But when we have the confidence in the Buddha, the perfected one, enlightened one, do not change, perfect, just like that. So have the confidence in the Buddha is the best. And also have the confidence in the Dhamma. The Dhamma give you the great advice. Like for me, when I face difficulties in monastic life, and like my master, my teacher, Prajanandayani, the Bhikkhuni Prajanandayani passed away 3 years now, and I have no a new master, so I have to stand on our own. It's just then where can I get an advice? Of course, I have the Bhikkhu teacher as well, but not I don't live with the Bhikkhu. So what can I do? I open the Tipitaka, open the textbook, I asked the Buddha, like, okay, I have to read the textbook, like, oh, okay, in this situation, what the Buddha do? What the noble disciple do? Ah, oh, okay. We have to maybe use the Brahma Vihara. We have to be mindful. We have to cultivate. So I asked the advice from the textbook. The teachings of the Buddha is the best. And I have confidence in the teachings of the Buddha. And then the fading away is like, I just love the notion, the concept of getting rid of the self. Because sometimes when we, like cultivate, like, oh, wholesome qualities, I practice a lot, I have like the right concentration, like I learn a lot, I can keep 311 precepts, something like that, Bhikkhuni monastic codes. But the more we feel, the more we think that we can do good deeds, the higher the conceit, the higher the self. And it's not what the Buddha said. It's not what the Buddha taught us, right? We have to get rid of the self, fading away of the self. And the last one, have confidence in the noble disciples. Because at least they try, at least they follow the path of the Buddha. Even the stream enter still have the kilesa, unwholesome qualities, right? Even the non-returner or the once returner, they still have kilesa, the wholesome, unwholesome qualities. But only the perfected one, the arahantship, there's no more kilesa, defilements. Sut asks, dear Aya, I make several what? Atithana. You make several atithana, but end up breaking them eventually. Does this have a negative karmic consequence, or is this negative consequence of previous bad karma? You make the atithana right in this life, right? So, do you know the atithana, right? Atithana is the something that you place in mind. What you Adhithana is just something that you like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But Adhithana, the Buddha said there are 4 things. The 4 Adhithana. This is in the Pahutthatuka Sutra. I think Pahutthatuka Sutra, very, very insightful sutra. Very deep, insightful one. The Buddha said, Panya Tithano, Adhithana, you firmly, place the panya, the wisdom. I'm gonna, learn. I'm gonna cultivate the wisdom. Panya tithano. I'm gonna be mindful in the wisdom. I'm gonna cultivate the wisdom. Panya tithano, sajja tithano. I'm gonna place the truth in my heart. The truth, sajja. The truth here is the Four Noble Truth. I'm gonna study, I'm gonna learn the Four Noble Truth. I'm gonna place it firmly in my mind. Panya Tithano, the wisdom. Sajja Tithano, the truth. Jaka Tithano, Jaka is like to, it's not donate, it's like to spread out. Jaka is like donation. But when you give out material things and give out unwholesome qualities, give out the self, give out the clinging onto things. This is Jakatithano, the 3rd one. I'm gonna place the, give out in my heart. I'm gonna help others. I'm gonna do not cling on to anything, something like that. Panyatithano, wisdom. Sajjatithano, the truth. Jakhatithano, giving out. And then Upasamatithano. Upasama is like the nirvana, nibbana, the stillness, the serenity. I'm gonna place the serenity in my mind. I'm gonna be peaceful. I'm gonna let the mind be free of hatred, anger, hatred, desire, and delusion. This is the atithana that the Buddha said that you should do. You should keep wisdom, truth, the noble four, the four noble truths, jaka, giving out, and then upasama, nirvana, the stillness, the serenity. But for other thing, like when you atithana, I don't know that in your translation, some people say like, okay, I'm gonna keep the 5 precepts for 3 months, something like that. I'm gonna keep the 8 precepts for 3 months, and you cannot, keep it. So the advice is, step by step. Maybe I'm gonna keep the 8 precept for 3 days. Oh, okay, I can keep 3 days. For 7 days, okay, for 7 days, and then break, and then 15 days, and then step by step. But if you end up breaking them eventually, does it have a negative karmic consequence? There's two. If you say like, okay, I'm gonna keep. If you like determine that, okay, I'm gonna keep a precept for 3 months, and you break the promise, the karmic consequence is that you feel bad, right? But if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna try my best, change it to this way. I'm gonna try my best, step by step, and that's it. If you're talking about the negative karmic consequence, I think it's just something that you feel inside. Oh, I feel bad. I break it again. But you just think that I'm still a trainee. I'm still trying. At least I try. At least, even though I promise to do it for 3 months, but at least I can do like 1 month and a half. Okay, now I'm gonna do again. I'm gonna start over again, and then I'm gonna add 1 more day, something like that. Is this negative consequence of previous bad karma? For me, it's up to the present moment. If you promise, if you have the intention in the present moment, about the present moment, it's you to decide which way to go. It's you to like live in this present moment. Maybe it's something about the bad karma consequence, but I tend to stay in the present moment. It might be another factor, but stay in the present moment. We can start anew. We can do it again. And when I can do it again, I'm gonna add 1 more day. I'm gonna plus something extra to it, something like that, just to make you feel like something like a bonus, something like that. Oh, so sad you don't know those were real Atithana pre-Buddha. It's from Pahutatuka Sutra. There are 4 Atithana that the Buddha mentioned. V.L. Harinaidu said, the rearrangement of the memory in the brain-body system by purification of the mind is the right understanding of everything. Purification of the mind is the right understanding of everything. Right understanding of everything when you see and when you know things as they are. Yatha Bhuta Yanasana. When you see, and when you know and you see things as they really are. You see you know that things are impermanent, and you can really see that things are really impermanent, something like that. That's the right understanding of everything. See things as like it's the natural phenomena. Anicca dukkha anatta, transient, not gonna stay for a long time. It's not self. Mm. It's about adhitthana is about the mind, about something that you um it's about the mind. Stick with the wisdom, stick with the good wholesome qualities, and then practice step by step. It's good for you to train the mind and train the body, but it has to be in the moderation. Okay. Thank you so much um for your participation. And yeah, I hope you learn a lot, and I hope you like get something beneficial to practice, and then to embrace the teachings into daily life, and be able to enjoy the Dhamma. The Dhamma is not something for me. I love to see like the Dhamma, or to being the monastic is not when you walk through the desert, the desert. No, the desert, right? Hot and you know isolated or something like that. But imagine yourself like walk in the noble eightfold path, but you walk with the light heart, with the happy heart. Not happy, it's not the same happiness as when you go to the concert or you watch the movie, but the happiness that you feel like fulfill inside. You can be happy just to stay and do nothing. Can be happy with the concentration. You can be happy with the right wisdom. Even when you see something that changing all the time, the flower bloom and then the flower just gone, but you see the beauty of the nature. So this is like the Dhamma. Appreciate things, whether good or bad, with the mind that's stable and happy. The Buddha said, Nippanang palamang sukhang, Nibbana, nirvana, is the supreme happiness. So Buddhism is not something about suffering only, but we learn about suffering, we see the suffering, and we can be happy with the change, like things are changing all the time. Or we just see the truth, understand the truth, and understand it with the happy mind, with the light heart, something like that. So I hope you learn something beneficial and be able to live your life with the Dhamma and be happy. Okay. So today, that's it. Before we leave, we have to say Sadhu together 3 times. Sadhu, 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 Anumodhami. Sadhu. May you all be happy, be safe, and be able to reach the right liberation. Nibbana Paccaya Hotu. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. And be healthy as well. Have a good day, everyone.